Hi my dear students, how are you? Here we are again. Today we are going to talk about another strategy of learning a new vocabulary. It's using definitions. In this lesson you will use definitions as context clues to guess unknown words. Okay? So here you are going to learn how to use definitions as context clues to guess unknown words. Now, how can we introduce definitions? Definition clues like what? Means, is known as or are known as, comma, and or, is or are, verb to be, is defined as, are defined as, can be defined as, or dashes, or is called, are called, refers to, and parentheses. Now look here, look at this example. Computer means a device that processes data according to a set of instructions known as a program. Again, computer means a device that processes data according to a set of instructions known as a program. Here you are going to guess the meaning of computer. The word signal, okay, means. And the definition here is a device that processes data according to a set of instructions known as a program. So here the meaning of computer, this one, the underlined sentence or the underlined words, a device that processes data according to a set of instructions known as a program. And here the word that helps us to guess the meaning of computer is means, okay? Now let's move. Practice 1. Let's talk about this practice. Information technology, the study and practice of techniques or use of equipment for dealing with information, plays an important role in our life. Okay, so here what's the meaning of information technology? It's the study and the practice of techniques or use of equipment for dealing with information. We can conclude this definition from the clue dash. Now let's have another example. Practice 2. The new technological inventions help people avoid the problem of technophobic users or users who have a fear or strong dislike of technology and technological devices. What's the definition here in this sentence? Of course, it's users who have a fear or strong dislike of technology and technological devices. How can we get this definition? How can we, let's say, find the meaning of technophobic users? From the clue or. Here or is the clue that helps us to get the meaning of technophobic users. Okay, now let's go to practice 3. Changes in work practices may lead to teleworking. To put it in another way, you can work at home while communicating with your office by computers, telephone and fax. Here we have the definition. What's the definition? It's using computers, telephone and fax to communicate with your office while you are at home. Why do we say this is the definition? Because here we have to put it in another way. So here when we have to put it in another way, this means what comes after this is the definition, okay? The clue is here to put it in another way. Now practice 4. Let's read it. Cyberspace is the combination of all the data on all the computer networks throughout the world, accessed using the internet. A person who uses their skills to make cyberspace safer is referred to as a white hat hacker. Okay, now here the word you are going to guess or the word you are going to define is cyberspace. What is cyberspace? The definition is the combination of all the data on the computer networks throughout the world, accessed using the network. Why do we say this? Because the clue here is we have the verb to be is. So here what comes after is the definition. The clue here is. What about the next one? The same example, but here we are asking about another word. Cyberspace is the combination of all the data on all the computer networks throughout the world, accessed using the internet. A person who uses their skills to make cyberspace safer is referred to as a white hat hacker. What is a white hat hacker? Remember that we have here is referred. Because we have is referred, so here we should know that after is referred, okay, we have the definition, okay? So here, a person who uses their skills to make cyberspace safer. What is the clue here? Okay, as you see here, you can see is referred, okay? And we are going to guess the meaning of white hat hacker. So here the definition comes before is referred, okay? So what's the definition? What's the meaning of white hat hacker? And we have is referred. So here a person who uses their skills to make cyberspace safer is referred to as a white hat hacker. The meaning is a person who uses their skills to make cyberspace safer. So here the definition comes before is referred, okay? Now, it's time for quiz. Ready? Okay, let's do it. Question number 1. A computer virus is a pronoun that can reproduce itself and is written with the purpose of causing damage or causing a computer to behave in an unusual way. It infects other programs. It attaches itself to other programs known as host programs and therefore reproduces itself. Here we have the verb to be is. So here it's very easy to figure out the definition of computer virus. What is the definition of computer virus, or what is the meaning of computer virus? It's as follows. A program that can reproduce itself and is written with the purpose of causing damage or causing a computer to behave in an unusual way. How can we figure out this meaning? From the verb to be. Now what is the clue here? It is verb to be. Okay, now the same example with another question, with another word to figure it out. A computer virus is a program that can reproduce itself and is written with the purpose of causing damage or causing a computer to behave in an unusual way. It infects other programs. It attaches itself to other programs known as host programs and therefore reproduces itself. Now you are going to define infects. Okay, the targeted word here is infects. Try to find the meaning of infects. Be careful. You have to use this clue so as to figure it out. What do you think the meaning of infects here? What's the definition? It's as follows. Attaches itself to other programs and therefore reproduces itself. How can we figure it out? From the clue that follows. Let's go to exercise or practice 3. Now, Unix is a popular multi-user. Between brackets can be used by many people at the same time. And multitasking between brackets can run more than one program at a time. Operating system originally designed for mainframe computers. Again, let's read it again. Unix is a popular multi-user. Between brackets can be used by many people at the same time, and multitasking between brackets can run more than one program at a time. Operating system originally designed for mainframe computers. In this sentence, you are supposed to define the meaning of multi-user, taking into consideration that we have brackets and between the brackets you have the definition. Okay? So here, what's the meaning of multi-user? And we have brackets, and between these two brackets we have the definition. What do you think the definition is? It can be used by many people at the same time. Because as you know, and as we told you before, we can use brackets so as to introduce definitions. Okay? Now, what is the clue here? It's parentheses or brackets. Now, question 5. Let's read the example here, or let's read the question. The software consists of protocols, that is to say, the rules which determine the formats by which information may be exchanged between different systems. Again, the software consists of the protocols, that is to say, the rules which determine the formats by which information may be exchanged between different systems. Now, we have a clue here, that is to say, okay, when I have this term, when I have this word, when I have this clue, it means, okay, I'm introducing the definition. What comes after this is the definition, okay? So, what is the definition here? The rules which determine the formats by which information may be exchanged between different systems. And what is the clue here? That is to say. Now, question number 6. Robots are devices which are controlled by computers and move and react to sensory input. They usually contain software that runs directly without the intervention or the involvement of a person. Again, robots are devices which are controlled by computers and move and react to sensory input. They usually contain software that runs directly without the intervention or the involvement of a person. What do we have here? We have the verb to be, and after the verb to be, we have the definition. So what's the meaning of robots? It's as follows. Devices which are controlled by computers and move and react to sensory input. This is the definition of robots. What is the clue here? It's are. Okay, now let's go to question number 7. Robots are devices, the same example. Robots are devices which are controlled by computers and move and react to sensory input. They usually contain software that runs directly without the intervention or the involvement of a person. In this sentence, now you are going to define and guess the meaning of intervention. What is the clue we have here? It's or. If we have or, the definition comes after it. So what's the meaning of intervention? It's as follows. The involvement of a person. Okay? Now what's the clue here? It's or. So the definition of intervention is the involvement of a person. How can we guess? From the clue or. Now let's go to question number 8. Today they are used in all sorts of places, from factories to space exploration. Our life is affected by robotics, the science of designing and operating robots. In many other ways, just think about medicine and the health system. You are going to define the meaning of robotics, okay? How can you define it? We have a clue. What is the clue here? We have commas, and what comes between the two commas is the definition. So here, try to define the meaning of this word. Try to define the meaning of robotics. It's, what do you think? It's as follows. The science of designing and operating robots. What is the clue that we have here in this sentence? It's as follows. It's the comma. And here we have two commas, okay? And between the two commas, we have the definition. Now, what about practice 9? Let's read the sentence. Some research centers are building androids, robots that have shape and capabilities of a human being. In the near future, androids will be available for sale. Again, some research centers are building androids, robots that have shape and capabilities of a human being. In the near future, androids will be available for sale. What do we have here? What's the clue we have here? It's the dash. And what's the word I'm going to define? It's androids. So here we are going to define and guess the meaning of androids by using what? By using the clue that we have in the sentence, which is the dash, okay? So here, if we have the dash and we have androids, so we have the definition after the dash. So what's the definition? It's as follows. Robots that have shape and capabilities of a human being. And what's the clue we have here? It's the dash, okay? So from the dash, we can guess the meaning of androids because we know that after the dash, we have what? We have the definition, okay? As you have seen, we talked about how to use definitions in guessing the meaning of a new words, okay? By using the dash, by using the brackets, by using the verb to be, and so on. Dear students, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thank you very much for listening, and goodbye.